I'm Vachaspati Bimali. I'm IELTS and PT instructor. Today, in this short YouTube video, I'm gonna teach you how you should generate subtopics whenever you get any kind of essay in IELTS and PT writing. Okay, so let me make you understand step by step what you need to do in IELTS exam when you go to appear in IELTS exam. And when you get the questions, you can get agree and disagree questions, advantages and disadvantages questions, and problem solution questions. And the last is problem solution questions, advantages and disadvantages questions, discussion questions, and agree and disagree questions. You will encounter generally four kinds of essay in IELTS. Today, I have given you agree and disagree essay. What you need to do, at first, you have to read the questions thoroughly. Read the questions twice or thrice. After that, you should translate the questions into your own mother tongue. Okay. After that, translate the questions into your mother tongue. Unless you translate the questions into your mother tongue, you will never understand the English. You will never understand the questions. Since you are not English native speakers, you are non-English native speakers, you have to translate the questions at first into your own mother tongue, and after that you need to invest at least minimum 3 minutes to 5 minutes to generate the subtopics. Okay, why you should generate the subtopics? Let me give you the reasons. So subtopics will always help you to stay in track. So generate subtopics and you start explaining each subtopic step by step, step by step. Let me make you understand in another way. Suppose if you have to travel to the city where you have never ever been before. I mean, without doing the proper research about that city and without carrying the map of that city, if you directly go to travel to that city, you will encounter several difficulties. What I mean here, and having done proper research about that city and having carried map on your hand, if you pay visit to that city, your journey will be much more easier and much more convenient. Similarly, if you generate subtopics about the essay that you are going to write, what happens? It will help you to stay in track. That's why generating subtopic is essential. I mean, you have to generate subtopics before you start writing the essay. And you should invest 5 minutes to understand the questions, to translate the questions, and to generate subtopics. After that, you should start writing the essay. The format, I have told you many times, at first you have to paraphrase the questions. After that, you have to write the thesis statement. In thesis statement, you have to give two reasons. After that, you have to write body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, and conclusion. There must be 4 paragraphs in IELTS. Again, there is no hard and fast rules. You can write in 7 paragraph also, 6 paragraph also. But 4 paragraph is the standard parameter. Okay. So here and after that you should start writing. In body paragraph 1, yesterday also I told you, you have to use the linking words to start the passage. For instance, to commence with. Okay. Next paragraph, on the other hand, at last, in conclusion, summing up. I mean, you have to use the linking words. So on the basis of linking words, coherence and cohesence also, they give you a score. Now let me explain this essay. Some people think that governments should invest more money in public transportation systems rather than building new roads for private vehicles. To what extent do you agree and disagree? This is the question. And I have generated few subtopics like this. Subtopics for idea generations, environmental impact, public transport reduce air pollutions. Okay, public transport reduce air pollutions. If governments make more public transportations, okay, public transport reduce air pollutions. I mean, if government makes less public transportations, okay, there will be less populations. If government encourages many people to buy private vehicles, it will produce more pollution, isn't it? This you have to explain this. After that, okay, I'm not going to explain all. See, traffic congestions. More roads may encourage more cars and worsen traffic. More roads may encourage more cars and worsen traffic. If government construct more roads, what happens? More roads means okay, many more people will buy private vehicles, and again the situations will be worse. Not only bad, situations will be worse. What I mean here, government shouldn't make roads. Okay, government make less road, and government should discourage people to buy private vehicles. Government should encourage people to use public vehicles so that there won't be air pollution, isn't it? So in your IELTS, what you need to provide? You need to provide logic. Ultimately, logic matters most in IELTS session. Similarly, number 3, economic benefits. Investment in public transport creates more long-term jobs. Investment in public transport creates more long-term jobs. What does it mean? If governments encourage people to use public transportations like bus, train, okay, where everybody can travel, what happens? Many people will get employment. If people start buying private vehicles, okay, people won't get employment. I mean, so if government encourages people to buy bus, train, aeroplane, what happens? There are people who will get employment. It can create job opportunities also. Similarly, okay, number 4, accessibility and equality. Not everyone can afford private vehicles. So private vehicles are expensive. Similarly, private vehicles produce pollutions, okay, and which is not good for the people, for the nations. Number 5, okay. Public transport allows for more organized urban planning. Public transport allows for more organized urban planning. If there are lots of private vehicles, what happens? Due to the availability of private vehicles, traffic jam occurs. If there are less, public transportations, okay, it can create more organized urban planning. Government can plan. Next, question number, tips number 6, convenience and reliability. Private vehicles offer more personal freedom and flexibility. Okay, so it's agree and disagree. If you want to say government should encourage to buy private vehicles because it offers more personal freedom and flexibility. If you are traveling by public transportations, you can travel according to your own choice. If you want to travel by private vehicles, you can go wherever you like. So what the question says, some people think that government should invest more money in public transportation systems rather than building new roads for private vehicles. Okay, so government should construct new roads for private vehicles, or government should invest more money in public transportations. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Do you want to say that some people think that government should invest more money in public transportations? Okay, government should invest more money in public transportations, or government should not spend more money in public transportations? This is the essay that you have to write, and I have given you lots of subtopics. On the basis of this subtopic, explain each subtopic, and you will have to write the answers. You have to write the answers under exam conditions. You must finish essay within 40 minutes. Invest 5 minutes to generate subtopics, okay? And within 35 minutes, try to finish the essay. When you start writing the essay, 4 things you should keep in mind. Task response. Number 2, coherence and cohesion. Number 3, lexical resources. Number 4, grammatical accuracy. Okay, I want to finish this short YouTube video. Dear students, I teach IELTS and PT. I request you to subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon. See you in next video.